Hello, everybody. This is Warm Yogurt on Your Back. My name is Xavier,
And I'm Mr. J.
and we are about to do our thing where we pick a subject out of a hat and we talk about it. A literal nonsense show. Go ahead, Mr. J. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about today's music.
Oh, dear God. This is going to be horrible for them. I mean, where to begin? Let's we can go with the Umbach culture, which is, I love being a male, but not a male. Love me. Yeah, 5 boy bands in the house. We go with that one?
Sure, that was.
I just
insanely-
did. They fucking
it.
suck. They all
That was
fucking suck.
It was insanely ridiculous, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. So, I mean, my thoughts on today's music is it just fucking sucks in general.
True. But they have this, I can't really say algorithm, but it's the same thing over and over again. They know that sells music to teens and pop culture and stuff. I think the thing that we hate is pop culture music as opposed to, well, that and country music. I hate country music, but...
Well, I mean, I could tolerate pop culture music. I could tolerate country music to an extent.
I can't tolerate country music at all. I mean, who wants to hear about a dude's wife leaving him and then pissing on his horse and shooting his dog? I don't want to hear it.
Well, that's country music in general.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like every
from the
song.
start to today.
And everyone's like, I love Florida Georgia Line. And it's like, your wife left you, shot your horse, pissed on your dog. Yeah, that's not even really country. I mean, even country music people are coming out saying, well, it's not really country music. Okay, then shun them. Didn't Taylor Swift start out as country music?
I don't know.
We're going to go with yes on that.
Sure.
Because I don't know either. So I'm going to do what I like to do, which is simply throw you into a bin and just call it truth, even though it might very well be a lie. Hey, guess what? Who cares?
Well,
I know it can get us feuding.
What's that?
I can't stand that group with the 5,000 band members with masks on.
Slipknot?
There you go. Slip my throat knot. Can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand Down syndrome. What are they called? System of the Down syndrome. I can't stand them at all. It's like, I mean, come on. Where's the talent in that? And anyway, don't get me wrong. I love Surge. I love Surge and Tech Nine when they got together was straight out the gate. I love individual people doing individual things. But when those groups get together...
Well, fortunately for you, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them.
Not necessarily true. You could be offending the non-asshole groups out there.
Which includes a certain president of a certain country that we don't want to talk about, who has written that he does not pee or poop. But we'll get in trouble if we say his name, and he'll probably try to bomb us or some shit.
Well, wouldn't surprise me. He gets offended easily.
Yeah.
Much like China.
He should be American.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you said something that offends me, therefore I should kill you.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to music. What do you like?
To be honest with you, I like 70s, 80s, 90s music. Just about anything from those 3 decades works for me. What I really couldn't stand was when the rap scene got into doing raps about nursery rhymes and saying your name at the beginning and the end of the song, and it's fucking triple platinum. It's like, alright, you fat motherfucker, we bought your album, we know who the fuck you are, you don't gotta remind us every 30 seconds in the album. And if I wanted a fucking nursery rhyme rap to me, I would have my daughter just pick up a book and
But yet she'll never
that shit out for me.
But yet she'll never be platinum.
No.
No, just I don't like disco.
I don't mind disco. There's a time and a place for it.
I don't have a hatred for it though, like what the previous bands that I was talking about. But disco it's not my thing at all. I don't have a problem with it per se, just not my thing. Maybe it's because I can't sway my hips because I'm white.
I'm black and I can't sway my hips, and I don't hold that against the whole genre of music.
Wow, you're really the non-stereotypical black man. We're Mocha man.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't fit any of the stereotypes of a black man. I have absolutely no rhythm. I can't jump. I can't stand fried chicken. I hate watermelon, and I got a small dick. I mean, you could ask anybody. It's horrible.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to grow an afro?
Once, and it was just so disappointing. I had to shave it. It was bad.
I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to go for the afro. It's really not working out well either. But maybe downstairs below the belt, if you try to go for the afro for that. So that's a thing. That's a thing. In the 70s, it was a big thing. Hey, climbing through the forest to get to me.
Yeah. You know what? There's not too many women that want to trim the hedges before they go play in the yard. You know.
To be fair, I didn't really trim the hedges for a really long time until about 20 or so.
Okay.
I figure, don't look at me like it's embarrassing. Straight up, you just told everybody that you got a small wee wee. All right. In the words of my brother, I ain't got a big dank dank, but paper cuts hurt too, which he is right now currently laughing at because he's hearing this. But it's because you said that, therefore I should be able to say that I didn't really, trim those hedges.
Well, I wasn't looking at you kind of embarrassed. I was looking at you kind of like, really, dude?
Wow, yeah. White people, man, we have a difficulty picking things up. The trends, it takes us a while. It takes it a while for them to get to us. For us to go, oh yeah, that's really a good idea. Kind of like how lately people are wearing dreadlocks as opposed to, back in the day when...
Yeah, dreadlocks, that's just some nasty shit.
What I can't stand about dreadlocks, what actually bothers me, is the process. You cannot wash your hair. Yeah, is that seriously a thing? I can't stand my hair being fucking greasy.
That's kind of repugnant if you ask me, but...
Yeah, and then it smells. I've smelled. It stinks. Completely. It's just horrible.
Speaking of dreadlocks, what are your thoughts on reggae music?
I like reggae music. That is very uplifting, and it makes me want to smoke a joint.
Like, are we talking spiritually uplifting?
Both. Like, it makes me happy. Makes me enjoy life. No matter how freaking bummed out I might be, if I put on some reggae, man, it's like, yeah, man, let's get some joints and have some fun.
That was a really, really bad
I wasn't really
Jamaican accent.
I wasn't trying to be fair with you. I just, bumbleclot.
That's right, boy.
Right, boy. All right, well, we both like metal.
Well, I like all forms of metal. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you like metal, but you can't stand System of a Down or Slipknot.
System of a Down syndrome and slit your throat.
I don't get that. But like, are you talking like 80s metal, like Iron Maiden?
I can't
Metallica.
stand anything that you have to scream into a microphone and call that talent. That's not talent to me. Like Disturbed barely gets away with it with me. I love Disturbed, but it still barely gets by. Or slips by, pun intended. Haha.
Haha. But, like, you say you like metal. Like, what type of metal?
Well, I can go. I have never been stuck on what is actually considered metal versus what isn't. Like, is Metallica considered metal? Is Pantera, that sort of shit? Ozzy, was he metal?
Yeah, they're all classified as metal.
Alright, well, there you go.
But there's so many different genres of metal in and of itself.
Alright, well, I can't stand screaming, like Gwar. I find them repulsive, not because of what they do, that's just funny, but just not my thing. I guess I'm just not hearing talent in it. Anybody can scream.
Well, yeah, that's understandable.
But, like, it's... One thing, it like, actually insults me. Corey Taylor, alright? Fantastic singer. He really is. But not in Slipknot.
Well, he has his moments in Slipknot.
I have yet to hear his moments in Slipknot. I believe you. I'll take your word for it. But I have never heard it, so...
Okay, well...
All I hear is trash, trash, and more trash. It's just... But yet, bring him anywhere else, and it's good shit. I don't know why. It must be a thing. It's a thing. It's clearly a thing.
Okay, it's a thing.
What is your thoughts on rap in the old school versus, they call it now R&B because, you know, they don't want to stereotype even though it's the exact same stuff. Go.
Well, I think I pretty well covered that. That old, like, classic rap and even gangster rap when it first came out was great. Mm-hmm. But now it's like if you find a nursery rhyme book and you could say your name 3 times, you got a fucking platinum record.
Yeah.
And that's the rap genre now. There's very few rappers out there now that are actually worth a shit, in my opinion. It's just... It's this generation of fucking knuckleheads now that are running around calling themselves rappers, and it's like, oh, you know, in order to get out of the ghetto, you gotta either sell drugs, play basketball, or fucking rap. Now, how about get a fucking job, you lazy motherfucker? Then you could get the fuck out of the ghetto. You don't have to be a half-ass rapper to get out there. I mean, I can't do certain shit. So do you know what? I don't fucking do it. I don't even try. Why? Because I know I can't fucking do it.
It's true. I mean, I was born and I found out that I'm white, and then I immediately, there goes my basketball dreams. I mean, I accepted it. I moved on. Kind of like black people in water. Y'all are like, white people are fucking crazy. They go out in the ocean. There's sharks in there. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't go in the ocean.
I lean towards black on that one. I'm like, no, I don't. Not really a thing for me at all. Ever.
75% of the world is covered by ocean. 95% of it is unexplored. What the fuck does that tell you? We don't know what the fuck's in there. So I'm going to keep my ass out of there.
I'm telling you, it's Godzilla.
It's possible.
It's fucking Godzilla.
It's like 60-foot squids and shit in there. Fuck that.
Right? What else? How about the actual boy bands?
What about them? I mean, what's to be said about it? I mean, if you're prepubescent, can't grow a mustache, and you sound like a chick,
yep,
then you're going to sell like 1 billion fucking records to teenage chicks.
True.
That's basically what it came down to.
Well, it's also, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, well, you know, they're famous, you're not, so therefore you should just shut up.
And do you know what? I'm fucking proud of them. They fucking succeeded where I couldn't. And you know what? I can't damn them for that.
That's my thing. I completely agree with that.
However,
Go ahead.
However, if you want to be known as a little pussy with the Raymond Noodle hair for the rest of your fucking life, by all means, go ahead and fucking do it.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with what my daughter was talking about. She wants to be a YouTuber and everything like that, and I told her what she should do. And she goes, well, what about react videos? And all I did was laugh at her. Do you know what a react video is?
Yeah, they're fucking stupid.
Okay, it is, and I don't care if this insults people. No talent people sitting there watching other people's work and moving their lips and cheekbones and eyes and smiling and laughing at it. And she's like, I can do that, right? And I'm like, no, I won't let you do that. She goes, why? I said, because you actually should have some skill and some human dignity and some self-respect. Yes, you can make it. It doesn't mean you should. And I think a lot of that has to do with the boy band culture as well. I respect what they've done. That's also the same thing with react videos. I respect people who make a buttload of money on YouTube for doing nothing
Well, that's
whatsoever.
society as a fucking whole now.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to make $1 million to do nothing, so I'm just going to sit on my ass and do nothing, and everybody owes me something.
Right. And I can respect it that they did it, but it doesn't mean I respect them.
I don't even respect that they did it.
Once again, it's happy that they succeeded in doing nothing for nothing and got everything. Meanwhile, people who are working their butts off trying to be somebodies and actually have some self-respect for themselves are barely ever noticed. And that's...
I don't know. As a current resident of Rock Bottom, I have very little fucking respect for myself. But there are some things that I just won't fucking do for money.
Well, yeah, that's, once again, back to my daughter's conversation. I told her, I said, I can go ahead and load up YouTube videos of me playing video games with commentary. Now, I'm actually not going to shit on the YouTube gaming community. They're a bunch of freaking awesome guys. I love all of them to death, even the ones that aren't that very good. Just putting yourself out there like that, that's something, you know? And what I find astonishing is people actually have that much time to get on YouTube and watch videos like that, as opposed to this one, where I find that extraordinary. It speaks to our society where, everybody's supposed to be supposedly struggling, yet not really. Not really at all. And, that's pretty much what I gotta say about that. But anyway, I told her, I said that I could do all that, but I don't want to. I want to be known for what we do. We make 3D animation videos and movies and TV shows and whatnot, and our dark comedy, things like that, and adult sex games. It's our thing.
It would be nice if we could make music videos, but we can't get any musicians to help us out.
Well, to be fair, are we not our first video talking about musicians?
Well, yeah, but... What, do you think this is going to strike a sour note with a lot of them?
Well, no, I don't think this would. And that's what people need to understand whenever they listen to the stuff that we're doing. We're actually not shitting on anybody. We deliberately stay away from content that is divisive. We don't want that. We're just speaking our minds and random thoughts and whatnot. But this isn't supposed to raise ire with anybody. This is okay, these are two guys with opinions. Let's move on now. It's not a big thing. But, I guess it's, fine by me if you go out there and you say, hey, we don't have a musician. We have built this entire foundation, and yet we have yet to find any band or musician who is a nobody that wants to be known. We're offering you pretty much head music rights to our stuff, which would be in contract form and everything like that, where you will be paid for the content that you put into our videos, shows, and everything like that. But you gotta pass that one test that no one has ever passed before. Be actually useful.
For all intents and purposes, that works.
Yeah. It is what it is. But back to our music thing. What else? Gosh, what else is there really to talk about? Music to me should be uplifting to hit your emotions in any form, no matter what it is. I even like classical music.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be uplifting. It's going to have to. It needs to be able to strike you emotionally in one way or another.
That's what I mean. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say uplifting, but it has to strike a chord.
Whether it incites absolute terror in your soul, if it brings up a really harsh memory that you thought that you buried, if it makes you uncontrollably giddy and happy,
yeah,
then it works. But there is a lot of music out there that's just crap.
Yeah.
And what passes off as good music in today's era compared to 20, 30, 40 years ago, today's music can't even hold a candle to it.
Right. And I guess in every bit of business, and that's what music is. It's an industry. It's a business. there are always going to be people that are just milking it for money. And industry insiders specifically go out and look for talent that will sell as many records as humanly possible. They even have the same writers who write the music for several bands. And it's like, well, where's your gift on that? Did you or did you not get discovered based on your own talent, your own music? And now you got a buttload of people that write for you and Beyonce and several other freaking people. And they're all making the same music. It's like, it's ridiculous to me that you're willing to sell out like that.
It's losing its originality.
Yeah, I don't mind the sellout. I'm not knocking the sellout people out there. You know, you got to make some money. You got to make a living. I'm all for that. I believe in that, but try and keep something of yourself in there. Don't hand off your works and then say, all right, I'm absolutely going to do it. Whatever you give me, I will just go ahead and sing it and dance and clap my fingers. I actually like Justin Timberlake. It's really strange to hear, but I really do. The man went from the boy band to what he is today. Not necessarily the music, because I despised it, but he has done so much on his own 2 feet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't fault him for that. I can respect the man for what he has done. He went from shitty music to an ultimate headliner in TV, movies, you name it. That's impressive. And I give him that. He's even the white Michael Jackson. You can't, well, he's the new Michael Jackson. Anybody ever notice he never has a Coke commercial or Pepsi commercial? Just throwing that out there.
Well, he keeps his hair close cut just in case.
That is true, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I am like you. I just nitpick. I'm very nitpicky about certain things. It just, like when it comes to gaming, I am a complete and total snob whenever it comes to online gaming. I will not game up, hang out, group up with anybody that doesn't have a proper name. If I see someone like iRoxed you, I will fucking delete you. I will ignore you and everything. I think you're stupid. It doesn't matter what the game. I just, But that's a thing. It's a thing for me. I think the same thing goes with just about everything else. If you can't take something even remotely seriously, like here we are joking around with our humor, talking about random things going from one subject to another, but yet we do take it kind of seriously.
Kinda.
We press the play button. That was about
Yeah.
as serious as we get.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know either. So anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I mean,
It's
I
not.
just wish
It's
I just
not
wish
really.
musicians nowadays would just be original. Try to do something no one else has done before.
Well, there are a lot of unknown bands, as you well know. You've been scouting them for God knows how long, that are trying to be original, and they'll never get noticed. But a lot of them, as you've also noticed, is they want to be noticed, but they're not willing to put in the work.
Well, yeah, it goes back to the laziness of society, where
Right.
I don't want to do anything, but I want you to pay me a lot of money to do nothing.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a job.
It is absolutely a job.
It's hard work. I mean, I by no means am a musician, but due to our lack of musical talent, I've had to attempt musical ventures just so we had some sort of filler noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm using an acoustic guitar, a gong, and my daughter's piano. It sounds like shit, but at least I'm trying.
Yeah, right.
I'm putting in the work, and maybe if I practice for like 15 or 20 years, I might be as good as like maybe like the worst local band out there.
I was gonna say
But
subpar with the worst guy.
yeah, but I mean, it's just shit needs done.
Well, I think a
And
lot of it also has to do with what you and I are doing. We are opening up an entire industry on our own without any help from anybody else because we don't know why. But people, they're waiting for that break. They're waiting for someone to come along and say, you are the one. When no. If you're going to wait for everybody else to come to you and say, you're the shit, odds are most of the time you will not get anywhere. Statistically, it's just not in your favor. But if you're willing to stand up and say, hey, you know what? I do have this talent. I am good at what I do. And if no one's going to help me out, then I'm going to do it on my own. The problem is, music industry, it's a bit different. You know, I mean, we are willing to offer things like, you know, hey, we need music for background for our TV shows. We need music up front runners for our movies and whatnot. But not everybody, there's barely anybody who's doing that. The moment they get even remotely famous, Hollywood comes calling or the music industry comes calling, and it's very difficult for people to get that break from an indie company to say, hey, we'll put you up. We'll help you out. We'll boost you up. And then the same cycle continues. They immediately, the moment they become remotely famous, they're like, well, screw that indie company, even though they helped me the entire way. Now I'm famous. Forget about it.
yeah,
And it's sad. I think it's really sad. And I completely agree with you. I think that originality is being lost in every way.
it most certainly is.
And you have made this completely fucking depressing. I'm starting to hate you right now.
Hey, we got to look at this shit from all angles.
True.
And you know what? I mean, there's a high and a low to every situation, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you could be the richest man in the world and still be completely lonely. Everybody only wants to be your friend because you have money. Things like
And
that.
you wind up with a rope around your neck, and next thing you know, you're fucking headlining.
Right.
But what can you do?
What can you do? That is the question we pose to everybody. What can you do? And on that, is there last thing you would like to add?
No. I'm pretty good on this.
My only thing I gotta add is fuck Orange Julius.
If you're going to throw that in every single time we have these conversations, this is going to be a very, very short run series.
No, I'll switch it up. Like next time when we're talking about something, I'll talk about System of the Down syndrome. You know,
Okay.
and go from there.
Sure.
So on that, I am Xavier.
And I am totally fucking insane right now.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye-bye.